Here we go, another show, Michelin Stars of Columbus. Where we at, huh? Where we at, Here we go, another show, Michelin Stars of Columbus. Where we at, huh? Where we at? Welcome back to another episode of Michelin Stars of Columbus. This is season 2, and I'm sitting here with a special guest, you guys. This is Chef Hiro. Man, we're going to dive right into it right after this, you guys. Stay tuned. From the quality to the turnaround to the pricing to the discounts and all of the free items you get when you order with Kila Design Studio, there's no reason to shop anywhere else. That's the only place I get my customized t-shirts from for my company, for all of my artwork, holiday items. There's no other place that I'm rocking with. Make sure you guys go check them out. I'm rocking with it. Welcome back to another episode of Michelin Stars of Columbus. As I stated, I do have a special guest here with us today. It is Chef Hiro, man. It's an honor to be sitting here with you, man, to get to know more about you, the company as well. I've seen the reviews. You guys, you make amazing food. I've seen the pictures. It's nothing but good, positive energy and vibes out there from the reviews on your food. So I'm definitely interested in getting to know the person behind it. We're going to dive right into it, man. Give us a little background details on, who you are, where you're from, and where you got that bug for cooking from.
Well, my name is John Claude, Chef Hiro. I'm from the east side of Columbus, off of Logan Champions, where I grew up at. Supposed to go to East High School. I ended up at Centennial.
Okay.
Stay out of trouble.
Did it work?
It worked.
It worked?
It worked. I mean, I'm pretty sure it would have worked either way, but
Yeah.
my parents want to be on the safe side, so.
Indeed.
Plus, I played soccer, so it made sense and stuff. Yeah. So
Indeed.
I actually just recently started cooking. So this is 2020, 2 years. September
2 years.
2018 is when I really started taking it serious and teaching myself. So no culinary school or anything like that. Just trial, error, and YouTube. A lot of YouTube.
I mean, the resources are out there now. Beforehand, a lot of the education, like you said, like people were told, our people mainly in our community, go to college, you feel me? And instead of doing that, now we have the resources where we can go online, we can go to a Google or YouTube, and we can type in the information and learn it on our own. So, man, that's super cool. Now, did you get any influence from your family?
Kinda, sorta. My mom, she's from New York. My dad was born in France and raised in Senegal, West Africa. So, they cook, but nobody really cooks. If that makes sense. So, I take a lot of, my mom's recipes and my dad's recipes, throw a quick spin on it, mess it up like 5-6 times.
Of course,
there's that one recipe that comes through. And that's usually, what I put on my specials or how I got started, really.
Word.
Cooking out of the apartment and stuff. So.
Word. So you started 2 years ago now, and so tell us about that transition, because now you have a food truck, and we were talking about it. You're franchising. You're currently planning on franchising.
Yep.
So tell us about that process.
So, I mean, my whole life I've worked 2 jobs. Like I said, I went to Centennial, graduated. I started college classes at 14 too. So I was on track to, be a doctor or a biomedical engineer, but it's not for me.
I hate school. I despise it. I don't care what GPA I have. I don't care how early I start college. I hate it. So, after graduation, it's like, all right, let me go to work at least and take a couple classes here and there, but just working. Always 2-3 jobs, Got on with the post office, and that's where I was. But then, it's good money. I made more working there than I did working 4 and 5 jobs.
Yeah.
But eventually, after a few years, you start to look around and realize, you're in that cycle. Yeah. Everybody there is excited to retire.
Yeah.
And me, I'm super spontaneous, and so I'm saving up my money. I'm over in France, in Italy. Like, where are you going? I'm driving to Canada, and everyone's so amazed. And I'm like, dog, this should be my everyday life. Like, it's not that hard to attain, but just right there, it's like I need something different. So
you know, started trying to figure something out because I'm not going back to school.
You're not going back. That's definitely off the table.
You know, soccer, it didn't work out. I had some pro trials, but again, I'm not LeBron James of soccer. I'm not Messi or anything like that, or Cristiano Ronaldo. None of that.
Yeah, totally.
So, just 2 years ago, you know, at my friend's retirement at the post office, it just clicked like, all right, you got to sit down and really find something. And I think I was cooking something or something like that, and made a post, and somebody was like, I'll buy a plate. I'm like, I'm not about to buy no plate.
That was that moment?
Somebody was like, yeah, I'm making oxtails. I'm like, yeah, I'm making oxtails. And then 2 other people commented under it. I'm like, all right, bet. Whoever wants some oxtails. I think I sold it for like maybe $13, I think. 13, 14 bucks. Something like that. I'm like, just inbox me. I had like 40 orders.
Oh, wow.
That was the first lesson too, because I bought all this stuff for oxtail, made about 40 orders worth of oxtail. Like 7 people showed up.
Oh yeah, that was a lesson.
But it was a learning.
Sure. Yeah.
It was learning. But, you know, right there, it's like, all right, I might be able to do something with this. But again, I don't want to be just cooking out of my apartment.
Indeed.
At least try to come up with a plan. Maybe open a restaurant. I don't need a degree for that. So no school. So it's already looking good for me. So,
just need the money.
Yeah, I just need the money. So, you know, started doing dinners out of the apartment on Sundays while working at the post office.
And then it's like, all right, yeah. My friend, another friend, her name is Mel. Shout out to her. Her parents had an anniversary, and she was like, would you mind cooking for us? I'm like a private chef type of thing. She's like, yeah. She's like, how much would you charge? I'm like, I'll do it for free because I'm probably gonna mess it up. Just buy the food. And they paid me and tipped me.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, oh, this is dope. I need more of this. So it's like, all right, I'm gonna do it seriously. Sat down, came up with the name, had to come up with a game plan, like an end goal basically. What's my end goal gonna be? I don't want a mom and pop spot. I want like 10 of them, right? You know, 20 of them. If I can get 20 different restaurants or food trucks or whatever, 20 of them to give me $10,000 a year, that's $200,000. All right.
I'll do that. I can figure that out. And just went from there. 2018, I started taking it serious, doing specials every Sunday, then started selling out. Saved up enough money to buy a truck, opened my food truck last year, and I'm selling out every Sunday. So I didn't see any profits because I was putting it back into
the business as you should.
This year, you know, COVID hit and everything, but still got to stay focused and still figure it out.
Indeed.
So ran across, you know, a location, a vacant building where we're at now. Like, all right, hit up the guy, let me rent out the kitchen.
Right.
Now transitioning into a restaurant. Then I opened another location a couple weeks ago over inside the Culture Market to test that out a little bit.
Yeah.
So I got another location, and I'm trying to get another truck down in Atlanta. So, you know, it's just a bunch of different steps.
No, man, that journey is, man.
Yeah, it's a journey, though.
To always hear it from you guys, you know, it's special, man. How do you do you ever look back and be like, wow, I really started like?
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Like I said, all I do is listen to interviews and watch podcasts. And I advise anybody that's trying to start their own business to listen to other people's stories, because it's crazy the stuff that people goes through. And then you're sitting there like, oh wow, I'm complaining about this. This person was homeless with $2 in their pocket and made something else happen.
Multi-millionaires, billionaires.
Yeah, like, man, that's motivational. So it's like, man, I need to stop complaining and figure it out.
Figure it out.
In my head, they did it.
Yeah.
I should be able to do that. I want to get on a private jet and eat Popeyes. Like, so I want to get to that level.
As you should.
Yeah,
you will.
So it's a way to do it. So,
Word.
you know, just looking back at my story, it's like, man, there's other people that got it way worse and they've accomplished more. So I got to kick it into gear.
For sure.
That's just how my mind works.
Word. And we spoke about it. So you started from the house.
Yep.
Got the food truck a year after.
Yep.
Now you are expanding the business, franchising it. You stated you got it in the Culture Market. You know, tell us a little bit about that. I did a post on it, but tell us a little bit about the market, and then how did you get into that?
Well, the Culture Market, they opened, I want to say in August.
Mm-hmm.
So I forgot, I was on Facebook, I think, and I saw posters like, Columbus first black-owned grocery store since something. I'm like, what? I gotta get there. I gotta go buy some some apples. I gotta buy something. I'm gonna buy something. So
it.
I think it was a couple weeks after they had opened. I rode over there because I don't know what they have in there. And me, you know, having been started my own business, I know they're not running 100%.
Of course.
But it's a process. So it's like, I don't care what level they're at. If there's something in there that I can get charcoal, you know, for the food truck or something, I'll drive the extra 5 minutes and spend the extra $2 to spend it with them, just to help them. You know, if everybody does that, they'll be at Kroger and Walmart status in no time. So just went over there and inboxed one of the owners, because it's like, I think it was 18 of them. 18 investors, 18 black investors, and they all put in and made it happen. So I think it was Miss Shawnee's, and like, hey, I'm stopping by. I just want to see what you guys have, see what I can buy, and on a regular basis though. If you guys give me pineapples on the regular, I go through those every day.
Right.
So went in there, we got to talking. She's showing me around, and I'm looking at prices. I'm like, all right, I can probably get my charcoal here, my pineapples. If you guys can get lamb chops, that's a hot seller on my truck. I can get that from y'all.
Right.
We're walking past the deli, and she's like, yeah, we usually have chicken here, but no one's here to cook. And we were talking, and I'm like, would y'all mind renting out half of it? She was like, what do you mean, like a couple of days? I'm like, yeah, like why not? I've been thinking about expanding. I'm already about to expand.
Yeah.
Period. So I'd rather open a second location here in Columbus before I do anything in Atlanta. I love Atlanta. I love the support they've already been trying to give me.
Yeah.
But I got to make sure home is set first. Something here in Columbus is
Yeah,
set.
with that foundation here. Yeah.
Exactly. So, you know, we came up to an agreement, and now I got a little Chef Hiro Express type of location there where I have like fried wings and fries and a lot of vegan stuff there. And that menu is only found at that location.
That location. Wow. So that makes
Come
it
to
super
hide the bulk.
unique.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It still separates it, and it introduces some vegan options to that neighborhood. 'Cause a lot of people hear vegan and equate it to nasty.
Yeah.
Or something like, I don't eat vegan food.
Indeed. And I just passed it, and I did not know it was that close to me. So on the
Yeah.
way back, I'm actually going to go in there because I had wrote them as well. But I definitely have to go in there because,
Definitely.
man, like you said, that in that area, you know, that's our community.
Exactly.
It's not that many healthy options over there.
Exactly.
There are a bunch of convenience stores, you know, they got nothing but snacks, beer, and
there's a corner store in every corner.
Indeed.
No salad in them. Why don't we? No hot Cheetos, okay.
Yeah,
You know, I like them Cheetos.
they
I
good,
like everything.
they good, but
can
there's
I
no
get-
other substitutions for it, no
I
other
got plenty of
options.
fried chicken and stuff, but are there any other, you know, I got fried mushrooms.
Right.
It's a hot salad. People like them. They're like, it's good. Like, it's good for you.
Right.
Try it out. So I'm at the culture market now, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays.
Okay.
So after I shut down here for my lunch hours, go right over there and open up. So it's been working so far. So far, the reviews have been great. The atmosphere is great. I got a lot more people coming in to try vegan options too. You know, so it's a process.
Yeah,
So
and you know, this show is all about, you know, like I said, giving light to people like yourself that's doing a lot of things that you might not even know that you're doing, man. Like we're talking about giving healthy options to our people. You're combating a whole system that was set out for us, like you said, fried chicken spots on every corner, man. So what you're doing and what the culture market is doing, like you guys are healing us in a way, and actually doing it. Not in a way, you guys are actually doing it. So I want to say thank you on that, yo. You gotta keep going with that.
Definitely.
You know, we talked about franchising in Atlanta. So what is that going to look like? What's the plans for that? When are we looking?
I'm looking at spring. So I was already discovered by my friend Queen.
Okay.
She was a barber inside of Killer Mike's barbershop.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, one day, and this was back last year before last. So right before I got my truck, I was still cooking out of the apartment, and out of nowhere, somebody with like 30,000 followers is commenting on stuff. I'm like, who is this? And I'm looking, and I'm like, oh man, they got like 5 different pages. All of them got like 30K. I'm looking at one page, and I'm like, what is that, Killer Mike? And then 2 Chainz, and then T.I. I'm like,
everybody.
I'm like, oh, she's a barber in the show. Okay, so she's a celebrity barber. And we've been chopping it up ever since. So she actually, when I first bought the truck, she right in that inbox called me. She's like, yo, bring the truck down here. we can set up a barber day and get your truck painted and all this. I'm like, bro, I appreciate it. That's mad love. Look out. And I ended up getting it painted and stuff here by somebody local.
Gotcha.
But that stuck out to me because a lot of people who are up, they don't really look, down on the people who just want to come.
Indeed.
They don't really look out to reach a hand. I get it. You're not obligated to, but it would be nice if a lot more people showed a lot more love like that, especially when it's free.
It's not costing you anything to give someone pointers or
just give some, just to give love, just to give love.
Because you never know where they're
it costs
gonna end
nothing.
up at.
It costs nothing, and the inspiration behind certain words can do so much for everybody. So just to see it and to hear it, that's something big to get from somebody.
It's huge, man. And it was a big confidence boost because it's like, man, if that person found me, I'm on the right track.
Yeah, willing to invest in you, and they don't even know you.
Exactly. It's just off the love. So I was down there again. So right before COVID, I went down there to meet with her, and we were talking and stuff. And her brand is like Dope in Dreamland and Candy Cuts. If you look at her page, it's a lot of it's almost like an Alice in Wonderland type of vibe, but it's with anime, and she's got like a lot of Japanese art, and it's just a super dope concept. Her whole vibe is exactly like
dope.
Her crib is super dope. You walk in, it's pink. She's got like these giant life-size Barbie boxes, walk-in closets, and it's super it's dope. Yeah. It's just dope. I'm like, man, this is a whole vibe. So, but it works with my anime type of vibe. So right now the plan is to get a truck down to Atlanta or open up another restaurant down there, type of lounge thing. So I'd run the restaurant part and have her have a barber shop and hookah lounge type thing. Which I'm trying to convince her to do a hookah lounge because your vibe is perfect for that. Just to go and hang out. Like, even if you don't do hookah or something, you just want to be there and just sit. Yeah, and it's just crazy dope. So right now, like I said, it's wait out this COVID thing, but even with it, I'm getting the truck down there. So by spring is my deadline to try to get it down there. So hopefully by spring I'm down there and find a permanent location here. That's brick and mortar.
Gotcha.
A couple of trucks down there, brick and mortar down here.
Word. Now tell us a little bit about the inspiration behind the rap that's on the truck, and just the inspiration behind the company, and tell us a little more about that.
It's all anime based basically. So on the front of my truck, eventually, as I get bigger, I'm gonna have to take it down and switch it up. It's definitely copyright issue. But for now, I'm gonna let it rock as long as possible.
I think I got Riley and Huey Freeman in Dragon Ball Z uniforms.
You got the top names on there. Yeah. You got the top names on there for sure.
Yeah, only because we don't really have a lot of African American anime characters out there. And the ones we do have are crazy dope, but they don't get a lot of shine. Which, it's getting there. It'll get there sooner or later. But for now, on my truck, it's going to be blasted on me. So it's just, I love anime. Growing up, I get home.
Hey, turning them up,
Toonami, Dragon Ball Z time.
Waiting for on this episode.
When you heard that, minutes of them just standing there looking at each other and screaming.
Yeah,
and it was worth it.
Yeah, for real. It would be like that for like episodes. We didn't get to a fight. We didn't get to a fight forever. Like, are they gonna fight? Then when they did fight, it was like they were still like just talking to each other for the first episode.
He's still powered
up.
Like,
come on, man.
My dad is like, why? He's still screaming. It's been a week. I was like, I know, but eventually he's gonna throw one at his rights.
For real. Good. Hey, Chef.
But yeah, it's just anime based. Also because a lot of people in the hood, a lot of dudes in the neighborhood, don't admit it. Man, we was all watching anime. Yeah. We was all
Everybody
watching
was.
it. And I don't know, somewhere in there, it became like whites or just
not as cool to claim that you were. But
never made sense. Even to talk proper in our community is seen as white or just weird. And it's like, no, having a good vocabulary is not a bad thing. Being articulate is not a negative.
Indeed. And that's what's being shown right now. A lot of people we're seeing the difference between, the OGs and just old people that, they were they were influencing our community in the wrong way, you know,
Exactly.
and that came down generation after
Exactly.
generation.
It's a
And
cycle, so.
yeah, so now a lot of people are seeing that, you know, it's not cool to be so-called gangster. You
Yeah,
feel
yeah,
me?
yeah.
Being gangster is just being a real man,
Yeah.
and being a real man is, you know, being honest about what you like
Exactly.
and
Just
such
like-
as that. So when it comes to, you know, Dragon Ball, yo, everybody was waiting there.
Oh yeah, don't y'all lie to me.
Everybody was waiting there.
Yep,
So
that's
what?
it. So, you know, that's basically the inspiration behind that. And like I said, my mom's from New York, my dad's Senegalese and French, so it's all about just dope anime and good food. And just taking different cultural dishes, throwing your own twist to it, and making it your own. It's like I said, I didn't go to culinary school or anything. Every recipe on my menu was a mistake. One way or another, I did something and I added something that wasn't supposed to be in there. Because
Great
again,
mistakes.
I'm practicing, I ain't have no money, I'm broke. I'm trying to practice and teach myself, so it's like, alright, I don't have no milk or heavy cream. Shoot, I'm gonna have to find something else. I'm gonna have to throw some stuff together, and then you get this. You
Being
get
a
a whole
mad
different
scientist,
creation.
you know?
Yeah, so and that's most of the hot sellers on my truck.
Word.
Those Frankenstein creations.
I mean,
That's it.
those be the most unique items.
Yeah, you can't find them anywhere.
Indeed.
Same with the menu. When they people, what kind of food is it?
I
don't know.
You
I
look
got,
either
like,
side.
Jerk chicken tacos, and, stuff. I don't know. Jumbo lump crab, shrimp, and grits.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what it classifies as. It's just hero food.
Gotcha. And you do have vegan options on there as
Yeah, I
well.
got a
So
lot of
so what was
vegan.
the, you know, the idea behind the construction of the menu itself?
I started off basically, like I said, before I even had the menu in set, my main goal was to save up money, buy a truck, and then figure out the rest later.
Gotcha.
So saved the money, I got the truck, and I had a little bit of equipment. So now it's like I got to get it licensed.
Yeah.
So the licensing, you know, and your equipment go hand in hand. So I took out deep fryers, so I couldn't do any fried foods because that's half of the inspection papers, and I
Okay.
didn't want to deal with that. I'm like, all right, bet. I don't need ventilation because I'm not frying anything. There's no grease. All right, now I got to make a whole menu with just a griddle, a grill, and that's it.
And make it work.
That's all I had. Yeah. So it's like, all right, let me see, what can I make with? I can put a rice cooker in there. Bet. What can I do with rice and a griddle and a grill? Tacos, my lamb chop orders, like anything I can grill, I'm gonna put it on there and make a menu. Just
Word.
from there, just took whatever I knew how to make
Yeah.
with that, and then that's where the menu came from.
Nah, man, that's super special. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody that's watching, that's definitely a way to go about it. I would
Yeah.
definitely advise that you
Yeah.
go that way. You
You
know,
gotta be smart.
yeah, for real. And like you were talking about, as far as getting the vendor's license, you know, a lot of people that you know, getting started, you know, we don't know where to get those resources, where to go to as far as getting a vendor's license and everything about it. You know,
Yeah.
do you remember where you go to get the vendor's license or information about it
That's
to
funny.
get the people?
I inboxed so many people with food trucks.
Yeah.
This goes back to what I was saying. It costs you nothing to just be a nice human being.
Yeah.
I'm not asking for your Krabby Patty recipe.
Yeah,
I'm
the
not asking for
secrets.
nothing.
Yeah.
Yo, what building do I go
Yeah.
to get the license?
Specifically.
Not answering me
Oh,
back,
man.
reading it, or
Oh,
I come to the
man.
food truck. I'm busy right now. You're gonna have to go.
Oh man.
And there was only a couple food trucks. So at the time,
Yeah.
More Than Soul Food, which is Wit, and then Janvier, who has Creole To Go.
Okay.
Those two food trucks. I asked them instantly, oh, here's the office, here's the address.
Word.
Thank you
Shout out
so
to
much.
them.
That's all I needed. Like,
Shout out
I'm
to
a
them.
go-getter. I just don't know where to go.
Yeah. Indeed.
So I went to, it's on Grimes Road by the old Toys R Us.
Okay.
For Franklin County, that's where the licensing agency is.
Okay.
Come to find out, this is the same place to get the licensing to turn your apartment into like an Airbnb.
Oh wow.
Or if you want to have another vendor's license, this is the same building. So you go there, and they literally give you a packet of everything you gotta do. Because me, when I got the food truck, I'm online, and I don't do good with instructions online.
Yeah.
Even with school, I'm a face-to-face type of person.
Yeah, because they make it seem like
It's easy.
but it's too much paperwork,
Yeah.
especially when you're not from you're not used to that business talk, the
Yeah.
business terms and stuff like that. So when you get hit with a bunch of packets, it's
You
like
give up.
it's so much information.
Yeah.
How can you take all that in? So you definitely have to, go there, get the information, see the people, because they're going to break it down, give it to you a certain way. They're going to simplify certain things, and you can ask them questions.
Exactly.
You can't ask the internet questions that much.
Exactly.
You're going to get the same link.
Generic
The
link.
same link.
Yeah,
That's all you're
what
going
my
to get.
problem was.
Cause I'm figuring out, because when I first got the truck, I'm on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I need to get it inspected. I'm calling the health department. I got it scheduled and all that. I was like, I need this, and that. I'm like, all right, bet. And then he inspected my truck. I passed the inspection. He's like, all right, where's your packet? I'm like, packet? He's like, yeah, for your vendor's license and stuff. I'm like, vendor's license? I don't know. He's like, so you've been doing all of this just out of the blue? I'm like, yeah. He's like, okay, well, you passed, but you need to go to this office and just tell them you need a vendor's license. They'll give you this packet. I'm like, okay. Went there. I'm like, hi, I passed my health inspection. I need some magical packet or something. They get packet, and it's like a scavenger hunt. It's like the health inspection was the last thing I have to do. First step is to go get a letter of good standing with the tax department, then get it inspected by the fire department, then get the health inspection thing, then you got to get fingerprinted. You're supposed to get fingerprinted first because it takes like 3 months.
Oh, wow.
They do an FBI check, which that
Wow, just for your vendor?
That goes back to I'm a conspiracy theorist, but I understand there are some people that go through, hard times. You end up with a record. You get a record. It happens, stuff like, especially when you're 19 and 20.
And especially when you're coming from our community.
Exactly.
We're pushed in a tight, close area where we have to survive doing certain things we don't want to do. No one wants to do crimes, but
especially if that's all you're taught. Go get it how you gotta get it.
Indeed.
All right, so with that, if you have a record, you can't get a vendor's license. It's crazy. It's like they do an FBI check, and it takes like 3 months for them to get your results, but they go through everything.
Wow.
I had some trouble when I was like 20, 21. But I was fortunate enough to get it all expunged and sealed up. So with that, it might have been a flag, but it didn't come up, so I was good. But someone else who genuinely wants to turn over a new leaf, you're making it impossible. Wow. Like if you get out and they can't open a hot
and do it the right way, because they quick to shut you down.
Quick.
I seen something on on Facebook saying that they were starting a business, but they kept getting flagged for something. Yeah.
I think if I'm not mistaken, it's another local who's trying to open up a wing spot, Mr. P's, and I believe this is the 4th time. So apparently it was maybe a week or 2 ago. Health department kept just popping up, randomly inspecting him. You're not supposed to do that. You know what I mean? You're not supposed to harass a business owner. So they were trying to catch him doing something, and it's really hard to defend yourself when you're innocent. So they're trying to write him up and close him down, and it's like that's someone with a grudge or something that doesn't want him in the area and stuff. And I've been looking on the backside. I haven't had a chance to stop by them and give them some support, but from the backside, I'm watching it, and I'm on my end, like, man, there's got to be somebody I can call. Maybe I can have some resources or something, but it's just like, no, somebody has power and they have a grudge against you, they're gonna
trying to make it hard, but it's always a lesson. Like you say, you just got to figure it out. He's definitely going to get through it. He definitely will.
You need all this licensing and stuff, which it looked like a whole lot.
When thinking back to the first day when I was looking it up on the internet, until I actually got the inspection and got that inspection, and get the fingerprint and do all of this stuff.
And then you're finishing the packet, and you're paying all the fees.
Don't forget that.
And then next thing you know, it's grand opening day, and you take a step back, and you're like, how did I pull that off? It'll go in your favor, You just keep moving forward and just keep taking steps.
I'm gonna look that building up. You say Grimes Road?
Grimes. It's by the old Toys R Us.
Got you. So I'm gonna look that up. I'm gonna put that in the video for everybody, especially for myself, because I have information. I'm seeking information about that.
I'll send it to you if I'll get the address. It's right by the old Toys R Us. It's on that street. It's a big building.
Got you.
And whole packet of step by step where you gotta go, what you gotta do, how much each of these is gonna cost, everything. I'm like, man, all those food trucks I asked before, y'all could have just told me.
Yeah.
But again, only Whitney and Jean-Pierre.
Yeah.
Helped me out with that. So it's like, man.
Yeah, God bring the right people, right people in front of you, you know, and show you who certain people are, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
That way you stay away from them because obviously it's not going to be good business, you know. So it's all a blessing and all a lesson at the same time. You know, I just want to say thank you for that information. You know, a lot of people, including myself, you know, need to hear that. You know, the process of what you got to go through. You know, and where to start.
Yeah, exactly.
And where to start. Yeah.
I'm having another seminar probably in January. I did one before last year, and I had it at the library. Oh, now I think there's some regulations because of COVID. You can't have people in there. But even if I have to have it in my restaurant or whatever, it's just to anybody who wants to start a food truck or learn about branding, which is so important to business. It's just a free seminar. Just come out. I'll answer every question I know. So I give them the information, like where to go to get that licensing, how to get around certain loopholes and stuff like that, and just give out information.
Yeah, giving the game, passing it down.
This is free. It doesn't cost me anything. It cost me maybe that seminar lasted 4 hours. It was 4 dope hours. I think 13 people showed up to the first one. And again, it was free. I just told them, just bring pen and paper.
Heck yeah.
All the information I know. After that,
you do what you want to do with the information. Word. As long as you just giving it, you know, you're doing your duty.
That's it.
Word.
Be able to do something with it. It's more than I had.
Indeed.
Yeah. So.
Word. Now, to get on the food, you know, itself, because I'm interested. If someone was coming to your restaurant for the first time, what's something that you would recommend them to get them hooked to come back? Man, this black-owned company, Leafly, they make some strong toilet paper, man. I had to show them this. It's biodegradable, no chemicals. Man, I'm rocking with it. Leafly.
I'd say the tacos.
The tacos.
Yeah, that was that's now a fan favorite.
Word.
So yeah, out of nowhere, which I didn't expect. I thought the lamb chops are good too. But
it's always those one things. It's always the unexpected that takes off. Always the unexpected. Word.
It works. So my tacos are super unique. I don't have like onions or anything in mine at all.
Word.
And it's my cranberry red beans and rice. And then, so it's tortilla shell, my cranberry red beans and rice. Then one of my jerk proteins. All of my meat is it's not spicy jerk, but it's similar in flavoring how we season it in Senegal and Jamaica and everywhere.
Word.
Kind of use the same similar. So we marinate it for a day, and then we grill it up, and then put it on there with the rice, then Roma tomatoes, cheese, sauce, a special sauce that I made. Oh, word, special sauce. You gotta have that, man. You gotta have that. Exactly. That came from me doing dinners out of the apartment too. I was like, I'm coming up with a brand name. I'm like, I need a signature sauce. I need a signature tea. I need everything. Everything. And branding. Branding and any type of gimmick or branding I need. I need it. Word. So the tacos are the to-goes. Which one? Because you have how many different options? I got jerk chicken, the ribeye, jerk salmon, jerk shrimp. I also got vegan tacos. And the oxtail tacos too. I got oxtail tacos. I got fried fish tacos too. But the oxtail ones are so unique that people get them because nobody's ever done it. Apparently. Yeah, that's different. Yeah, that's different. To me, again, I don't come from a cooking background, so it's like nobody's ever tried that. How? Well, let me do it then. I bet. I'll do it. You can market that easy. I love oxtail. Indeed, especially if you're the only one that's doing it. Man, what corner the market with it? So just flood the streets with it. I'm the only person. I have to say, I'm the only person in Columbus and Atlanta with oxtail tacos. Oh man. So just. The tacos, I'd say, would be go-to. And then the lamb chops. Apparently, a lot of people don't eat lamb. Or have never had it before, which is, I guess it's odd, but now that I sit back and think, my dad is an American, so it makes sense. I grew up eating lamb and stuff like that. So, no, I love lamb. I love gyros. That's what I eat. I love gyros. Like, they're addictive. Lamb meat is amazing. It's amazing. I just saw somebody eat a lamb burger. I was like, oh my God. I can only imagine how good that is. That's a wrap. I can only imagine. Game changer. Word. We talked about the food. We talked about the past. You know how you got here. Talked about some of the business aspects of it. Before we go. Let's see here, man.
what's next for you? But we talked about franchise, and we talked about, you know, you opening up in a world market, culture market. But what's something, you know, especially coming out of this, you know, virus, you know, hopefully next year things are a lot smoother. It's never gonna be normal. Never gonna be normal, but hopefully things are, you know, back to a little bit, you know. What's something that you're planning, whether it's like, you know, bottling your sauce or what's something, whether it's long term or a short term goal that you're focusing on right now?
Right now, this second, I've got a book coming out that I've
been writing.
Yeah, I've been writing for almost a year now. So I need it done by next month.
Wow.
January. Yeah, this is my birthday, so that's when I was supposed to have it done.
Okay.
So I got maybe a chapter and a half, 2 chapters left.
Word.
And then also finding the right, because I've always bottled the sauces and stuff like that, but now I've found a good supplier of, you know, bottles that I like. I can put my logo on and everything. So next up is get the book finished, and then the sauces, the seasonings, and our hero teas, the sweet teas that I make, those are all bottled. Those will be finally ready next month. So.
Oh man! So how are you doing the book? Is it going to be audio? Is it going to be on?
It's going to probably be both. I've been
Gotcha.
trying to do research on publishing and stuff like that. So I self-publish, get somebody to do that for me.
Gotcha.
A lot of people with their own publishing companies have been reaching out to me, and it's like I just got to do a little bit more research.
Sure.
Like, it's not for money or anything, but
Yeah,
at
yeah.
the same time, if this is a $10 million book, I need to make sure I get something.
Don't pass.
Yeah, but you know, so far my main goal is to just finish it. It's different.
Right.
It's like a business book that's kind of, it goes over the last 2 years.
Okay.
Back when I tell people, like, they ask how long you been cooking, I'm like, bro, like 2 years.
Yeah.
Like, how'd you do it? I'll put it in a book.
I'll show you. Exactly.
Showing them the steps,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
exactly what you're gonna go through. But it goes through like finances, like saving the money. Because like when I first started cooking, September 2018, like I said, I moved to save money. So I moved out west. That saved me like $300. I took the cable out of my house, took the wire,
everything.
Because the truck was gonna be like $50,000.
Oh,
I knew I was going. I'm like, man, where am I gonna get $50,000
Uh-huh.
from? So again, all podcasts and YouTube, they said you're gonna have to scrape it up. It's there, just scrape it. Sure enough, cut out the cable, cut out the wireless. You know, downsize, and just save up. So.
Where you putting it all in the book?
Yeah, but it also goes through a bunch of emotional stuff and mental stuff. Because, like I said, I have anxiety. Yeah. And
being an entrepreneur,
it's going
to. I can only imagine. Like the stuff I'm going through right now. Like, I'm just trying to stay. You know, I'm trying to stay focused on like just. It's so hard to find positive news, and my website is based on positive news, you know, besides these shows that I'm doing. So trying to find that and just stay focused and, you know, and stay motivated to get up every day and make sure there's new news up there that way people don't get bored. It's like, I can only imagine the anxiety, the stress, all the planning that you have to go through to, you know, keeping the food quality the same, dealing with everything as far as people orders and things like that. Like, you have so many different vibes that come to you that you have to deal with that, man, I can only imagine.
It's a lot of different vibes, a lot of different energies, it's a lot of mental strains, emotional strains. When I first started, I had a girlfriend. That ended on the grand opening. It's a lot of stuff that people don't really think about. You know, you don't think about the mental aspect of it. You just think, all right, I get this much money, and then I start my business, and I'm a millionaire. It's like, nah, there's a lot of stuff that's about to happen right there. You're gonna find out.
That might do some stuff down here. You have to go back and reflect on some stuff back to work.
Yeah, so it's hopefully people like it.
People definitely will, man. I mean, this interview has been, you know, definitely a chapter into, you know, getting to know who you are as a, not just a person, but as a chef, entrepreneur, you know, a community person who's giving back in ways that you don't even probably realize that you're doing. So I appreciate, you know, sharing with us and giving us a look into your life for today, man. Like, it's, man, I just can't explain it, man, for real. Before we wrap up, is there anything else we haven't touched on that, you know, want to give, let the people know or give them?
No, my other locations, book comes out next month.
Yeah, where are you at this location? Let people know where you're going to be at.
Yeah, so this primary location, at least for another 6 months, is 894 West Broad Street.
Okay.
So it's not the west side, it's really downtown.
Yeah, it's right there. It's right by downtown.
Yeah, I'm 3 blocks up from Coastside.
Yeah,
People see the address.
Yeah,
I'm not coming out west. I'm like, I'm downtown.
Yeah. This is downtown, you guys. This is downtown.
And my other location is inside the Culture Market. That's Wednesday, Thursdays, and Fridays from like 3 to 8. And that's 2915 East 5th Ave. And I'm starting a nonprofit organization next year. So hopefully next summer, by the time I open up the one in the location in Atlanta, I'll be able to start it down here. And that, I want to do a bunch of entrepreneur programs for students that are in high school and just don't plan on, like I said, college is for everyone. I wish somebody would say, hey, you should go to cooking school. I might have had this when I was 19. Before, but it's cool now. It's cool.
Yeah, because we all go through, you go through what you go through for a reason. There's always a reason. We always got that, I wish I could have, I would have did this, but if you would have did that, you would have never been the person you are now and have all the knowledge and wisdom that you have right now. So it definitely makes you a stronger person.
Yep, so hopefully that program gets, students that are kind of iffy on college to just look at other lanes and stuff. Because like you said, right now we have technology. Like girls that are doing hair can have 1 million followers and $1 million millionaire clientele and stuff like that. And I also want to start some counseling programs too. So the idea behind that was to get, because I grew up going to hoop sessions. And, that's where you hang with the older bros. That's where we had the bro talks. That's where I learned about girls and stuff. Yeah, you learn everything. Something you can't, conversation you really can't have with, at home. That much with your parents and be so explicit with it. Because the people, the homies, they gonna tell you. They gonna give it to you raw. They gonna give it to you straight. Especially if you got the right circle around you, they gonna give it to you the right way. Yeah, but with those, I want a counselor present. Not to force anybody to come, but to have that option. Because for some reason, our community, mental health isn't taken seriously. No, it hasn't been swept under the rug. Yeah, it hasn't. To talk about your pain is like, man, you gotta deal with that, man. Especially men, especially black men in the community. And suck it up or don't be soft.
Sometimes it helps people, but for the most time, it's always good to have somebody to talk to, to get it out and have somebody listen.
To be able to cope with it. So the idea is to have some hoop sessions with, a couple counselors present, not fully dressed, just walk with us, because it's going to come out. When someone's chilling, and y'all sitting there waiting for the next game and someone's just talking, it's nice to know there's a counselor. So, Mr. James, can we talk? If you help one student, it's a success. So.
It can just be about business or anything,
anything, something because it's a lot of students, even kids and stuff that be in my inbox talking, how do I do this, how do I do that? And it's like,
they're on it early.
20, and you're going through all this at the crib?
They on it early now.
Yeah, because a lot of people is going through a lot of stuff behind closed doors. So I just want to, have that option to have a counselor, somewhere. You know where to come. All right, I need to talk to a counselor. I'm not feeling like myself. Hoop sessions on Wednesdays and Fridays. There's going to be somebody there. Pull up. It doesn't have to be all in public or whatever. You just pull them to the side, whatever. But that's basically my main goals for next year. And then have the other locations running, 100%.
Got you. And the spices and the sauces,
everything.
Word, man. Well, look. Before we get out here, I just want to say thank you once again for this opportunity to, share your story with the people. You've given them food, but now you get to, give them a little bit about yourself, your past, the things you're going to do in the future. I want to say thank you on behalf of everyone who might have not said thank you to you, whether it's been about the food, giving them game, wisdom. The people in the future that you're going to be helping out in our community, man, is definitely needed. The things that you're doing are definitely being watched, not just by myself, but by everybody, man. So I just want to say thank you, man. Keep doing it, keep going, man. And thank you for this opportunity, man.
For sure. I appreciate you. I love what you're doing. It's just the beginning too. It's still brand new at it.
Indeed. Hey, I'm learning from people like you, man. That, you gotta keep going. Make sure you got the branding in mind, the long-term goal in mind, man, and keep going no matter what. So I definitely want to say appreciate it. And anytime you got anything going on, please let us know. You can just send me a DM. It can be a link. I just post it. You feel me? You don't gotta explain yourself. Just if you need anything that we can do, whether it's come down here, do this again later in the near future, or just come down here, do anything for you at all that we can do, man. I'm here. And like I said, thank you so much again for this episode, man.
Appreciate it.
Where this has been another episode, you guys, of Michelin Stars of Columbus. I'm sitting here with Chef Hiro, man. Hey, you guys stay tuned to the food review, man. And hey, much love, you guys. Peace.
Here we go, another show, Michelin Stars of Columbus. Where we at, huh? Where we at? Here we go, another show, Michelin Stars of Columbus. Where we at, huh? Where we at?